Honestly, so this has been my main thing that I've been struggling to understand about people who have clothing brands for a while now. Why would I give a fuck that you have a streetwear brand? I really want to be enlightened today. Why do I care that you have a streetwear brand when there's about 50,000 of them that come out every day? Why do I care you have a streetwear brand? Please tell Day below. Comment it out. Honestly, pause the video and explain to me why would me and every why would I and every other consumer care that you have a fucking streetwear brand? Let me know. Let me know why. Let me know, please. Let's have an intermission. I really want to have one. Um, Proceed and comment. Right? Comment. I'm just gonna scroll while y'all comment. It's concerning. I'm concerned. The whole general public should be concerned. GP, right? I have such a fun realization that you need to make. You think people give a fuck that you have a streetwear brand? If you think people give a fuck that you have a gym brand, athleisure brand, no one cares about the genre of the brand. They care that if that genre has interest in it, that they can connect to. Most people have a favorite movie genre, but if they see another movie with that actor that they love, that actor that they're interested in, they're going to go fucking watch that movie. Doesn't matter what genre it is. You know how many people love Denzel Washington? Denzel Washington is like an action drama slash movie vibe. Do you know how many people watched Hamlet with Denzel Washington in it? And that's a whole like fucking Shakespeare play. But they didn't give a fuck because it's Denzel Washington. That's who they're interested in. So you'll have to take away this genre based mind thinking. It's stupid. It's actually really dumb. Like, it concerns me that common sense is starting to be drained out the world. Y'all need to ask the government about that shit. Why is common sense dwindling the fuck down where no one understands how to fucking, critical thinking skills are at like 10%? When critical thinking gets to that 10% mark, that's when the world's gonna end. They think the world's gonna end with fucking fire or water or whatever it says in Revelation. It's gonna end when we all become dumb as fuck. That's when it's gonna end. That's literally when it's gonna end. There's no more smart people. There's no more critical thinkers, no curators, no innovators. They're just dumbasses walking around. So why would they care about streetwear? Please, 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 I hope you enlighten me below. You probably cannot enlighten me because no one gives a fuck. And you know you don't really give a fuck either. Right? So your consumer does not wake up and say, I went to wear streetwear today. Are you crazy? You're crazy if you think a person wakes up and says, I went to wear streetwear today. So, and if you want a consumer like that, if you want a consumer to wake up and say, I want to wear streetwear today, check yourself into a place where you have to get regulated meds every morning. Go check yourself in because that's crazy. But go check yourself in. Your consumer wakes up and starts doing activities based around clothes that they need to wear with it. I'm going to start that again. Your consumer bases the clothes they put on around an activity that they want to go do. That's how you get people to fuck with you. That's how you get that cult following, right? I study cults. I do. And it's a part of marketing because cult leaders are the best marketers in the fucking world. You want to follow? There's a book that I read. I'll put it up on the screen. I reread that book very often. And a part in the book, the girl who wrote this book is very fucking smart. Oh yeah, I love smart ass girls because there's a lot of girls in this world. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there. I love smart women. I love when a woman or a girl is smart. That makes me happy as a girl. And y'all should read that book because she's smart as fuck. Got a brain on her. Most of us need to get it, I'm working on mine every day. That's what life's about. You keep working. That shit doesn't end till you fucking die, right? But she says, when these cult leaders are creating cults, they start with telling them things to do. Go do that. Go do this. Go do that. Go do this. While you're doing these activities, Think of all the things that I taught you at the sermon last week in the fucking field when we were running around the fire. When you're out in the world, also use the language that I taught you. That's how you fucking make somebody stick with you forever. That's how you do it. They have to use it when they go out into the world, right? That's what makes people come back and keep coming back until they're just infused in your fucking world. And then you got cult followers. They have to go apply. They have to go apply the brand in the real world. Do y'all understand that? Like, you can't just be like, here's my streetwear brand. Hope you like to wear it. The fuck? Are you good? You have to say, here's my brand. This is what you should go do with it. This is how you should act in it. This is how you should look in it. And come back for more, bitch. That's how you're supposed to act. Y'all act like pussies. Here's my brand. Hope you like it. Boom. What? No. Absolutely fucking not. You are supposed to control it. Control the brand. And a lot of y'all being boys, I'm not going to lie. A lot of y'all are guys watching me. It's very interesting how y'all can't control. I don't think I should go there. But it's very interesting dynamics going on here. Like, I don't know. It's interesting to me. How most of y'all are guys. Should I say this? Most of y'all are guys, y'all don't know how to control a brand. But y'all can control a girl. You know, hey, honestly, you gotta put your hands up sometimes for this shit, you know? Like, y'all could control women, but can't control a brand. It's the same fucking thing. Do the same thing. Do the same thing. Guys, I'm real with y'all. I'm super honest. And that's real shit. Like, just how you could make a girl do whatever the fuck you say. Now, some men have game and some don't. Just how you know how to control women, control a brand like that. But Ripley's Believe It or Not. Ripley's Believe It or Not, it's the same fucking thing. With a woman, if you want them to cook or clean, right? You're going to make them, that's making the woman perform for your likeness, right? Right. When a woman wants to be with you, they perform, right? Are we going to act like that's not true? They're going to perform for you, right? They do a little performance. With that performance, you as a man, you kind of watch and kind of steer their activities, right? That's what the fuck you do with a brand. That's the exact same thing you do with a brand. Please, everybody, stop acting dumb. It's all up here. It's all how a human thinks, how they see things. Humans are very, very shallow. They're going to look at your face. People look at your face and they already have 50 things about you. They know your fucking life and they never met you before, ever. I bet y'all do that to me. All of y'all have a preconceived notion of who I am. That's how you set up your brand. Make it have preconceived notions. Make your brand be like, this is how we act. This is what we do. You don't do that shit with my brand, right? That's how you make a brand have a cult following. And this is hard for people to conceptualize. And I don't understand why, but I can't understand it if you are a type of person, if you don't think outside of yourself. I'm the type of person, and most people who are creatives, I fucking hate that word. They're like that. They think outside of themselves. They kind of could take their mind and kind of look from the outside in, right? I'm always doing that. Like, okay, so if that's this way and that's this way, okay, how can I figure that out? You know what I mean? That's always a thing. That's always a fucking thing, right? You know, that's how you have to think. Think, how do I control these people? How do I make these people do whatever the fuck I want? Okay, give them some activities. Give them some lingo. Make them think about you with every activity they do throughout the day. How can you be in those activities? When they wake up in the fucking morning till they go to bed at night. When they put the fucking cover over their chest. How can your brand be in their head? Think. Really sit there and think about that shit, right? That's how you get people. You know, people don't think of shit like this, right? People don't think to go deeper than what surface level shit. Like, so your consumer interest should be based on what the consumer is doing in your brand. That's what your consumer interest is. Your consumer is not interested in streetwear. They are technically, but they already know that. That's like eyebrows, like I said earlier. Um, that's like eyebrows, like I said earlier. They know you have eyebrows. They know the brand is streetwear. They could see it. But what else is there? What's the fucking thing that's gonna make them be like, that's it. That's what I like to do, based on an activity, right? Right? Like, your consumer interest should be based on what the consumer is doing in your brand. It should be based around an activity. Y'all get lost in showing the GSM 95 product was modeled by Geo. Credit card product model. Shut the fuck up and lock in on how to make a person believe that this brand is similar to what they're gonna feel like when God comes back. That's what you need to do. Fuck all the little bitty other shit. How do I make my visual content look like, hey, this is what their fantasy was the whole entire time? This is what they saw in their head. If you could sell a fantasy, oh my god. Oh my god. That's what everybody, that's going to be my next video, selling the fantasy to the consumer. If you know how to sell a fantasy, selling a fantasy is how you get these people to be so attached to you that it's kind of insane. Disney will always make money. Even though that shit drops, it will always make money. Disney has literally created a fantasy for women. Most women of the ripe age of 50, even 60, even 70, believe that a Prince Charming is coming. You know what I mean? Like, people still believe in fantasies. But the thing is, if you could sell somebody a fantasy and you could keep that fantasy up, oh my fucking god, you're literally gonna be so fucking rich. It's insane. Just by selling a fantasy. I could sell the fucking fantasy. Sell an idea that will never come fucking true. But it can come true. It can become true if you put this fucking t-shirt on. Then you make it true. The fantasy is the purchase. The fantasy happens and they can actually live it when they purchase it. We all know about this. When you get that watch you've been wanting for so long, you get the car you've been wanting for so long, the fucking apartment you've been wanting for so long. It was a fantasy that you created in your mind on how you were going to be in that. Like, you already had, that's what manifestation is. It's a fantasy. You keep believing that fantasy, it comes true. That's how you treat the consumer. My brand is a fantasy that you've been wanting to be a part of or wanting for years. Now buy this product and I bet you that fantasy will come fucking true. Even though it isn't. It never is. It never does. We can go to the mall all the time, buy shit. You're so happy when you're at the mall, you're buying shit that you like. Oh my gosh, so fun. You get back home a week later, sometimes 48 hours later. For me, I buy something 2 hours later. I'm like, this sucks. Right? The fantasy is what closes the fucking deal. Close the deal with a fantasy. You have to be in the consumer's head. You can do this by driving them to their next move. You drive them by setting up their mindset. The fucking fantasy. You can set the consumer's mindset with an activity they do. In this fantasy, what's the activity? The consumer needs a movement to attach their brand with. Y'all have no movement with y'all brands. Y'all have no activity with y'all brands. Y'all have literally nothing stimulating the consumer at all. How do I get stimulated by you saying, "Hi, I have a streetwear brand. This is the t-shirt that I'm selling." The fuck? I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting anything out of you just showing me a fucking t-shirt you got. You know what I mean? Stimulate the consumer. You stimulate them with the fantasy. The idea that if you buy this product, I can make that fantasy you have in your fucking head come true. That's what you're doing. Think like you are a fantasy maker, right? That's why I always tell people, be a curator, be a creative director. You cannot just be a brand owner. You are creating a fantasy that they want to be a part of. That's where this brand shit, that's where the people who are curators and brand owners / drop shippers, because that's what the fuck they are. The people who are curators and fantasy makers, you're thinking about it in a more technical level, and that's why those people make more money. You're thinking about it like, hey, I have to create this world for this person. And within that world, there's a fantasy going on. That fantasy is what's going to hook them to me forever. The brand owner and the drop shipper is thinking, I'm just about to make this trendy product and fucking give it to them and slap them on the floor. They go buy it. I'm going to have to figure out what the next trendy product is, but hey, they still go buy it. The fuck? When the fantasy / curator could drop one product and make thrice as much fucking money as the person who dropped that trendy ass drop shipper ass shit for that one drop. They have to drop 3 more times, but that one piece that curator made pays them monthly. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's a difference. What's that song by that guy? It's a price difference. What Baby Money say in a different song? He said it's a price difference. It really is a price difference. There's a difference to the people who want that one-time customer and those people who want those customers to double back and you got them for the rest of their fucking lives. It's a price difference. If y'all haven't heard that song, go listen to Difference by Baby Money. But guys, come on now. We got to get better. We got to do better. That's why I needed a break. I needed a day. I needed to break off. I literally needed a break. Why do brands fall off? Y'all are not stimulating anybody. Do you think a human being who's addicted to their fucking phone is going to sit there and listen to you talk about a streetwear brand they don't give a fuck about? No interest, no anything like that. It's so unstimulating. It's nothing there. We live in an age and era where we need to be fucking entertained every millisecond. If we're not entertained, then what the fuck? We're dead. That's what it is. Entertain or die. You know what I mean? So, again, guys, I had to take a little break also because I had a sale. This is a little rant. The video's over, but if you want to hear the rant, here you go. I had a sale for Daimedia, and I had to do a whole bunch of content strategies. All the brands that I saw buy those content strategies, concerning. Very fucking concerning. And I usually do not talk about it, but there was only like, out of the amount that I got, it was probably like 3 brands that I fucked with, and the rest I'm like, I don't know what this is. I really don't know what it is, and I'm confused. Also, I've been emailing people back who bought the content strategies, and I'm like, hey, have y'all been using it? No, I'm having to get some more stuff ready for myself, but I'll use it soon. And it's not that I'm trying to force y'all to like go use the product and go do whatever the fuck, but these are people who bought it like 6 months ago and you still haven't did anything with it. So I raised the prices on everything on my site, and there's only like 3 things on my site right now because I think that I need to condense it and just make it where like it's an investment to work with me. And I don't honestly give a fuck about any of the backlash about it. It's an investment because if I tell you something one time, you could use it forever. You see what I mean? Like, you're hooked with me forever because I gave you something that you could use for your brand in 10, 20 years from now. I don't do the little bitty, you could use it for 5 minutes shit. You could keep using it. So yeah, guys, be stimulating, create a fantasy for your consumer. And yeah, I hope you guys are having the best fucking day. And I'll see you guys again this week with another video.
This a dweller, that's a desert, it's a price difference. BS1's the rhinestones, it's a ice difference. Main bitch is side bitch, it's a difference. Plain shit and bust downs, it's a difference. We rock stone, no crushed diamonds, it's a difference. Bag money, stash money, it's a difference.